did a video a while back where I talked about Americans being afraid of coming to Mexico, even though it's their neighboring country. And another thing I've come to realize over time from talking to different Americans is they believe Mexico is a small pueblo. Like, they watch movies, and in movies, typically they'll show a little rundown, dusty town where people ride burros, donkeys, they wear old school traditional Mexican clothing, like there's nothing modern. And a lot of Americans really do have that perception of Mexico, or they have the other perception where everything looks like Tijuana or Ciudad Juarez or Laredo, one of those places where it's just a border town and it's all run down and dirty. And yes, there are parts of Mexico that do look like that, but people don't realize, especially Americans, that Mexico is the 14th largest country. This country is huge. I've been coming here for over 10 years, longer if you count when I was a kid and I lived in Mexico City. But I've been traveling hardcore to Mexico for at least 11, 12 years, and I haven't even scratched the surface of all the different cities and towns and pueblos that you could visit. This country has so many beaches. It has so many coastline. It has the Pacific Ocean, it has the Caribbean and Atlantic, it has the Gulf of Mexico, it has the Gulf of California, aka the Sea of Cortez. Fuck Cortez. We're not gonna give some douchebag, rapist, robber, land baron any credit. Like, why the fuck does Cortez have his own sea? Anyway, this country has so much to offer. Mayan temples, Mayan pyramids, Mayan ruins, Teotihuacan Pyramid, Chichen Itza, Coba. I mean, there's so many places, so many colonial towns. Then you have modern cities like Monterrey, parts of Tijuana, Mexico City, La Paz, Guadalajara, Campeche. There's just so many freaking places to visit in Mexico, and it's not like a small, tiny country. And when I talk to a lot of Americans, I swear, they act like this place is just, and I'm talking about the Americans that have never been here, like they act like it's just a small, little, tiny town, like what they say on movies. Like I said, a dusty little town where people ride donkeys, there's no cars, there's no electricity, no internet, no cell phone service. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere in the desert right now, and I'm getting cell service. There's a freaking cell tower I'm looking at right over there. Anyhow, it just trips me out that a lot of Americans have that perception too, the ones that don't come here, that Mexico is just this tiny little rundown place, or that Tijuana is a representation of all of Mexico, and it's not. Tijuana's a border town. Most people that live in Tijuana are either trying to get to the U.S. or coming from the U.S. You get a lot of Central Americans, a lot of Haitians, people from parts of the Caribbean, Cubans, people from Asia. So, it has a lot of people coming and going. Yes, there's a lot of people that do live in Tijuana, but it just has this rough, gritty, edgy feel to it that if you've never been beyond Tijuana, you might get the perception that that's what all of Mexico looks like. And that's not the case. Mexico is just a vast country, just like the United States, just like Canada. It has so many different geographic points, desert, snow, cold areas, hot areas. I mean, you name it. It's just such a diverse country. And the people are diverse. The culture's diverse. There's different types of music. There's different types of food. And I just wish more Americans would not only visit Mexico, but visit different parts of Mexico, and you'd quickly see what I'm talking about. This is not a small country. It's huge.